Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. 3 channels, of course. We're multicasting too. Over 10,500 subs, so big appreciation for that. And don't forget to follow if you're new to the channel. Make that smash button be smashed, and of course on the subscribe button that is. So let's get into it, folks. Got a few people in the chat already. Let's go for gold, and a big welcome. We've got Umberto and Alistair. Yo, cheers, Superman. And RH family from the sunny Dominican Republic. Big shout out to you. It was emotional and exciting to see Superman participating in the 4th annual Hex conference. Yeah, I think that was the first time I was on there. So it was a bit of fun there with Crypto Heartbeat, who I'm a big fan of. So it was great duo there, the dynamic duo. You more than any other deserves the honor and respect from our community for your relentless work. I appreciate that, Umberto. Thank you so much. Very, very heartfelt there, and it was a bit of fun too. Joey Torres, hi all, good to see you, Joey. Subscribe, like, and share. We got he's one of our Hex Token channel members. Big shout out, Joey. Appreciate your support. We got Hexcavator in the house there. Woo! The hardest man in the USA, working hard on infrastructure in the USA. Big shout out, Hexcavator, absolutely crushes it. And we got Craig Pitt there as well. Morning all, good to see you, Craig Pitt. Welcome to the chat as always, and also another Hex Token channel member. Shout out. Crypto Dan, hi guys, good to see you, Crypto Dan. Welcome also, and check my pulse. Another Hex Token channel member. Good evening, Superman. Woohoo, LFG. Let's go. Yeah, I hope you guys like the title of the video. It looks good. Pulsechain prices looking good, and of course, there's talk of the Sacrifice wallet moving and the Hex Gold Whale, all sorts of stuff going on. It is good times, 2024, and of course, the Bitcoin ETF is imminent. We've got some drama around that too, so we're going to talk about that. Very, very cool. It's going to be a fun show. We got Brennan as well in the house there sneaking in. Morning, Super. And good to see Brennan, our TA expert in the Discord. Big shout out. And one of our cool moderators, that's for sure. He might be Australian, but he's a pretty good guy. All right. We never forgive the underarm bowl. Forgive the underarm bowl. That's pretty much how it goes. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out the underarm bowl. Back in 1981 that Australians did to the Kiwis. It was hilarious. We had to hit a six to win the game, but they did the underarm bowl, which is eventually it was banned. It was banned out of that, but hey, that's the way it goes. We got to move on, but we haven't apparently. We haven't. We got woo. Hey, good to see you, Brownie. Big shout out. Good woo, Superman. And we got Archie as well. Hi all, good to see Archie. Big shout out to you. Another one of our cool moderators, super smart dude. Big shout out to you, Archie. All right, let's get into it. Let's look at some charts. We're going to start with the stock market, and of course, we'll move on from Hexkin Girl. We've got the Dow and S&P 500 retreat as the yields edge up ahead of data and earnings. There, we got the Dow Jones is down 0.4%, 157 points to 37,525. That is the top 30 industrials in the United States, and it is a down day. S&P 500 is down 0.15%, 7 points to 4,756, but still holding strong is the S&P 500. And the NASDAQ there is up almost 0.09%, 14 points to 14,857. All the tech companies there. And guess what? We've got the earnings season sort of starting maybe Friday next week. Next week for the earnings season. It's going to be fun to see that. All right. The US dollar is at 102.23. Holding on as the US dollar's at strength position. Let's go to the commodities, have a quick look at that. West Texas oil and Brent oil there are $72.77 respectively, pretty much flat at the moment. And gold there at $2,034, down 1%, $1, and silver there at $23.16. So holding on there is the commodities. We had some news, of course, around expectations around central bank. That is still going to be a key theme moving ahead this year, because we're looking forward to the pivot, right? The interest rate pivot, and maybe some possible monetary expansion in the second half of the year. At the moment, we've still got a monetary supply retracting. We've still got relatively high interest rates at the top of the right line there, the terminal rate, as we call it, 5.5%. Well, we're hoping it's the terminal rate, but I'm pretty sure it is. At the moment, of course, expectations the central bank could cut rates as soon as March have been slowly decreasing. So that bullishness by the market, expecting rate cuts by March, is dropping. So FedWatch tools show 67% cut down from 79%. So that means that the market's less confident about that March. I said to you that I wasn't that confident about it either. I was still into May camp. and it looks like the market's starting to shift back there. Hey, this is the way it goes. We move markets here on the Hex Token channel. We move polls as well. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that has kept the U.S. Treasury yields hovering near the 4% mark, with the benchmark 10-year yield last up slightly at 4%. Remember, not only does the 10-year sort of reflect the interest rate cycles, but it also the long-term bonds in particular follow the inflation, right? They tend to move up with the inflation rate as well. But we are expecting inflation to go down towards the end of the year. After reaching a high of 4.05% there on the 10-year, investors are bracing this week for more Treasury supply and the consumer price index and the producer price index there. So those are key, right? Those are going to be key indicators for the Fed and whenever it decides to pivot. I think we're going to be up for longer. In other words, we reached the terminal rate 5.5. We're going to hold that for longer, and maybe by May we'll get that cut, get that first pivot. That's kind of where we feel at the moment. Earnings season unofficially begins on Friday with reports from banks such as JP Morgan. So earnings season is going to be good for market news flow for the stock market. It's going to be interesting to see some of those results. Has inflation played into that? Has interest rates played into some of those margins and things like that? It's going to be interesting. It's all speculation on what the Fed may or may not do, and the bond market clearly go ahead of itself in anticipating rate cuts starting in March, said Tim Krisky there, senior policy portfolio strategist, from Ingalls and Snyder in New York. You know, big fat cat job, right? The Fed futures will move around based on earnings, definitely, and on the data. The market is just jumping one way or the other, trying to get ahead of things if they occur. Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic on Monday stressed the need to keep monetary policy tight. In other words, keep it up for longer, pretty much. And of course, while Fed Governor Michelle Bowman retreated from her persistently hawkish view and signaled a willingness to support eventual rate cuts as inflation eases, and we are expecting inflation to go below that 2%, maybe towards the end of the year, or less by middle of the year, let's say, mid to late year. Investors will pass Fed Vice Chair of Supervision Michael Barr's remarks for his perspectives on the policy outlook later on Tuesday. So that's probably coming up for next week there. So that is pretty much the stock market, folks. Let's move on. And of course, let's get to the crypto. Crypto here having some dramatic events here, even though the price is still holding up pretty well. Bitcoin down 2% at 46,140, and Ethereum there at 2,342, down 0.3%. That is pretty much where we are at the moment. You can see a few standouts there. Lido is up a massive 16% at $3.60. So Lido doing pretty well there. What else there? Optimism, the second layer for Ethereum, or one of the two big ones, 5.45% is increased there. So Optimism doing quite well. I have called out, if you got a portfolio, and you should in your portfolio have a bit of multi-chain, right? Obviously, we love Pulsechain. It's the main thing. But you should have in your portfolio have a bit of diversification, a bit of that includes cross-chain diversification, and of course some of the obvious plays with Ethereum upgrades, with Prodank sharding and things which are being tested this month, are things that you should possibly consider. Not financial advice, of course, is things like Optimism and what's the other one? Optimism and Atrium. That's it. So there we go. Some of the other sort of techno ones like ICP was up big time yesterday, down today 6.8%. That's ICP there. Something else like that. ADA is also down 5.5% at the moment. So there we are, a bit of a mixed bag across the board, but Ethereum there holding up okay, 2,341. That leads us on into Bitcoin, and of course Bitcoin had a bit of dramatics leading into the Bitcoin ETF approval expected Wednesday. 90% chance still in the play for that, but we have some drama around that, so we're going to read through that. Let's go to, that's the daily. You can see the daily. We've been as low as 44,700, a high as 47,900. Crazy price range there. And of course, what's that? 5, 6, 7. That's what, $3,000 or something. A pretty big price range. We're currently right in the spanking middle of it at the moment, 46,000. So still looking pretty good. Let's go to the hourly though on this and quickly check out Bitcoin on the hourly. Look at that little flash crash there about 3 hours ago. We had some drama. Yes, you guys, we love drama. No, we don't. We're no drama channel. But in any case, Charles Gasviano there from Fox Business. He's got a good little thread here on X social platform. Wall Street is set to meet the crypto world beginning Wednesday with widely expected SEC approval of first spot BTC ETF and trading to start Thursday. So that's the word on the street. And that source of that is the applicants themselves, the Bitcoin ETF applicants I believe it when I see it, however, with the press release. I'm wanting a formal press release, but I'm being told it's done deal by applicants. So that is the source, the applicants themselves, and that is pretty much that it's a done deal. And they're expecting it to get approved on Wednesday and potentially start trading as early as Thursday, possibly Friday, but that is the play there at the moment. So that's probably one of the best sources out there with information about when it's actually going to happen. But however, we've had some drama before that, and it was pretty big drama. In fact, it's kind of ironic. So we're going to kind of look at that. Now, Charles Gasparino here says breaking, and you can't make this up. That's quite true. The SEC now says it was hacked. No Bitcoin ETF announcement. Wild, says Charles there. That's 2 hours ago. Here it is. I said I wouldn't believe it until the SEC. I wouldn't believe the SEC Bitcoin ETF approval unless I saw the press release. But what if the press release comes from a hack? It's a crap show, basically, says Charles. And this is what Gary Gensler said after a false post was put up that it had been approved. And, of course, Gary Gensler said there the Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. Was it really what happened? Was it hacked? Was it just a premature post? Who knows? But anyway, the SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin ETF products yet. Obviously, it was expected Wednesday, and of course, we're too early for that. It's Wednesday in Kiwi time, but US time is still to go. So that was the drama. And of course, look at the chart. We had a bit of a sell-off there. So for those that said buy the rumor, sell the news, well, that was look like what the market was going to obviously do there with that was sell the news. And of course, that is probably what most people do expect to see. Sell the news event, but I think even if it is true, happens, which is probably would, that obviously the market could potentially, it could be short-lived and the market goes to move up over that 50K mark. It definitely seems like a reasonable scenario as well, although we are pretty top heavy. We are up at the resistance lines on the Fibonacci's and things like that. So, but we've got bullishness on the monthly if we close this month at 44,000, and that's what you're going to look at is that monthly close as well. At the moment, we're at 46. There's lots of different TA perspectives there. In any case, so some pretty big drama there. Now, Charles says, what's so weird is that he isn't saying the tweet is wrong. Also, this has to be North Korea. By the way, based on what I'm hearing, there's going to be a massive investigation into this. How ironic. The SEC, could be accused of manipulation, market manipulation. That's pretty hilarious here. Charles says, breaking security lawyers tell Fox Business that the SEC government will have to investigate itself, for market manipulation. That's hilarious. Is that funny or what? That is so hilarious. And of course, after moving the price of Bitcoin up and down following the hack, and of course, you can see that movement there. Look at that on the hourly. Pretty crazy. Price basically up and down following the hack tweet that it had approved the first spot Bitcoin ETF and saying it was fake. That said, for the SEC, not to approve tomorrow would be unprecedented. It has never rejected ETF applications that have gone as far as these developing, says Charles. So I think that's pretty fair there. Then finally, we've got this from an hour ago. Breaking the Bitcoin ETF announcement hack would have violated new SEC rules adopted in July that required the high level of cybersecurity risk management. Security lawyers tell Fox Business there. So that is some of the latest and greatest there on all the drama with Bitcoin. And of course, it's not over yet because we've got that approval. But hey, is this going to take a bit of the wind out of the sails of people that were selling on the news? We will see what that does. Is that going to make a critical impact on how Bitcoin performs once we do get 9% chance of some Bitcoin approval on Wednesday US time? It's going to be fun to see that. This is what people in the chat have said about that. Let's jump in here. We got Roderick Patrick in the house there. Morning, Superman. Good to see you. Fake news, says Brennan. Under bowl is underrated. Yeah, come on. It was just a bit of fun there. All the Australians are upset. Hey, we're the ones upset, man. We got the underarm bowl. We could have got a 6, man. I knew it, even though we had a bowler at the crease, I think it was. Under bowl is understandable, says Brennan. Huge news. RH Post, says David. Let's have a look here. Let's pull up that's apparently just come out, Richard Hart with the news. So let's quickly jump to that. Bam. Actually, we'll be there. We'll come back to Richard Hart's news. Let's have a look here. We'll quickly just finish off the Bitcoin. So that's pretty much Bitcoin at the moment. Ethereum at the moment is looking strong at $2,341, back over the 21 EMA there, moving pretty well on the Ethereum. So Ethereum looking good at the moment. That brings us into this breaking news apparently from Richard Hart. And here we go. Richard Hart, I am fighting the SEC for your rights. So thanks, David Ryan, for bringing this to our attention. I'm fighting the SEC for your rights. 11 of my lawyers filed this today. Ironically, today the SEC's Twitter account was hacked and a fraudulent message was posted. The blockchain literally solves exactly this problem. The SEC is attacking the very tech that it needs cryptographically verifiable or authentication, proof, and publication. Blockchains are the first and only immutable public ledger communication technology, open source peer-to-peer software. Millions of people use blockchains to publish texts, text messages, literature, and more every day. Technology is the future. We pray to the courts to defend the Constitution and your rights. So there we go. This is to Honourable Carrie Bagley there, United States District Court for Eastern District of New York, Brooklyn. Dear Judge Amon, we represent defendant Richard Schuller, who goes by Richard Hart, and submit letter pursuant to Rule 3. And let's just go through some of this. Anticipated motion to dismiss the SEC complaint. So there we are. Anticipated motion to dismiss the SEC complaint. Pretty cool. He's got there, blockchains are the world's first and only immutable digital public ledgers. They're arguing from there. Litigation is another front in the SEC's campaign to regulate blockchain and so on. So that is looking pretty good. Let's have a quick look through this. The complaint fails to establish personal jurisdiction and not properly served. The complaint suffers from myriad pleading, constitutional, statutory, and regulatory deficiencies that mandate dismissal under Rule 12. That's another page there. What else there? Let's go back to some of those headlines there. I think we've got enough of those. The complaint fails because none of the transactions at issue are adequately alleged to have occurred in the United States, making the SEC claims impermissible extraterritorially. The complaint fails to allege facts that could support the conclusion that Hex Pulsechain or Pulsechain are investment contracts and therefore are subject to the federal securities laws. Third, the complaint fails to plead fraud with a particular Rule 9b requires. There are no misstatements or omissions alleged, let alone any that are material. So there we go. That's another reason for dismissal. The court should dismiss the complaint because SEC runs afoul of major questions doctrine by way of the section. Executive agencies are only the powers specifically granted to them by Congress. They cannot undertake a transformative expansion in their authority without clear congressional authorization. Now, we've seen quite a bit of that sort of complaint about the SEC behavior, so that's going to be challenged in the courts here, so it's going to be pretty cool. The fifth there, the court should dismiss the complaint as it is unconstitutionally infringes on freedom of speech and association guaranteed by the First Amendment for Mr. Hart and those who run the Hex, Pulsechain, Pulsechain software. Complaint seeks to impose a content-based regulation and of computer code, which constitutes free speech or protected speech in this case. The SEC's effort to halt the expression, conduct, and association of individuals who believe that free speech is a protected human right and blockchains of speech. So they're going to the Constitution side there. Mr. Hart intends to move to dismiss the complaint for the foregoing reasons and potential others. The parties have met and conferred and jointly requested the following briefing schedule. Motion due April the 8th, 2024, 90 days after the date of this letter. SEC response due July 8th, 2024. Reply due August 22nd, 2024. Mr. Hart respectfully requests that the court schedule a pre-motion conference and approve the proposed briefing schedule. So there we are, folks. That means it's going to drag out for the rest of this year. So for those looking for a quick over the moon there, that looks like it's going to continue on there. Motion due April the 8th if that gets approved, that timeline. And there we are, yours truly. And of course, Sam B. Nitz there. A lot of lawyers on there working for Richard Hart there. So we've got Quinn Emanuel, Clark Smith, Kirk and Ingram, Gray, Reed, and McGraw there. So looks like a heavy lineup. That's the sort of lineup you want to do when you're going to battle against the state. So, yeah, plenty of lawyers. That's looking good. All right, so very cool. That's from Richard Hart there. 88,000 views on that one. And boom, comments are open. Be aware the spam bots, imposters, fake giveaways, and all other quirky things that are recent comments are usually off. And Goldkey's got is Richard Hart, the greatest man in crypto. We'll put a yes on that one and retweet that out. That's pretty cool. Great post. This is Richard Hart that inspires me. Hashtag winner there from Just Ask Jesse. The goat is back, says KDP. Remember all the people saying, I hope Richard has lawyers. Bro, he's got 11. And punch them in the mouth, dude, says Brandon Davis. Hex Soldier says, let's go. Richard Hart fighting for your freedoms in a country he doesn't even live in. Good work, man, says Go Pulse there. Vita there, the king has returned. Extra North there, he's back. And so lots of people, crypto coffee, the Mr. Clean of crypto will wipe the floor with the SEC, long live Hex, Pulsechain, and Pulsex, and so on. So ABIT says we are so back. So some strong pushback there. That market might like that. I like it. And so let's see how the king is back, says Oddpro. Max there, RH Max, hang in there, big guy. We got you. And Freddie quotes there, let's go. This is Richard I've been waiting for. So lots of big support there with some pretty well-known names. 11 attorney, says David, absolutely right to the fight, the SEC. RH is the GOAT. Legend says, check my pulse, hashtag family channel, check my pulse. RH had a football team of lawyers, says Richard. Yeah, football team. That's a soccer team, isn't it? We call it a soccer team. LFG says, as Astro, absolutely. Pulsechain is doing more than Ethereum and used than any layer 2. Yeah. Hey, the market might really like this. I like it. And of course, if they get out there and read it, it'll be pretty good. Hi, all RH for the win, says Van Sam. Pumpin, says Astro. Premature tweet sounds more likely, but who knows, says Astro. There a lot of money, yeah, probably on the SEC thing, yeah. A lot of money to be made from a false tweet from the Bitcoin ETF, yeah, the SEC. Howdy all, says Matt and Barley, good to see you. Insiders investigating insiders, yeah, it's going to be pretty funny, actually. They're getting themselves caught up in a little bit of a twist, the SEC, aren't they? And of course, this goes constitutional as well. Then they might be able to push this to higher courts, right? With the Richard Hart claim as well. So that's where this could lead to. Imagine if it got to the Supreme Court. Wouldn't that be pretty interesting? Keep appealing to the Supreme Court. That's why they put those fundamentals in there from Richard's lawyers. The SEC will have to double think about that. SEC Rex says Archie. Get him, says Spike. Get him indeed. And RH We Trust says check my pulse. It's pretty funny. Yeah, and RH We Trust. Tintot says what's up? Tintot Hexkins, what's up? Wookie is like a peeled banana, and we have no idea what he means, but I'm sure it means something tasty. We got Tintop says RH is a boss. Indeed. Check. Darcy says, does anyone see a price amount for in their wallet for Pulse and Pulsechain? Mine is showing 0. And of course, hexes are pumping now. They definitely are. All the Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and Center for the Win. Golden Strategy is looking more gold today with that battle there from Richard. So pretty cool on that one. That's the latest and greatest. We'll try and put that in the Discord. I don't know if one of the moderators, if you're there, if you could add everybody and push that out to the Discord members, that'd be really, really great. 2 hours ago, the SEC Twitter account was hacked. Someone posted the ETF was approved, but it wasn't. The price action up to 48K, down to 45. And there we go. But we saw some of the market's behavior, didn't we, on the approval? It was sell the news, at least. But how far down would it go? That's pretty interesting. So pretty bullish. And yeah, let's see how the market digests that. 47 minutes already, 100,000 views on that. Wow, RH is back and bad. That is super bullish, man. That's going to go wide and far as well. So pretty cool. All right, so that is looking pretty good. Now talking about Hex, look at EHEX here. Look at the bubbles. Whee, go bubbles. Bubbles looking there. Hex is a big bubble there, and look at the other Hex there. PHEX there. I'll bring that up. Can I bring that up? Yeah, I can. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. So Hex is definitely standing out there amongst the crypto bubbles, looking pretty bubbly to me. All right, so that brings us on to Pulsechain, day 242. We've got Pulsechain at the moment, quadruple 0713, up 16.4%, looking really, really strong. 71% of sacrifice price. That's a really big move the last couple of days. Pulsex there, quadruple 0214, up 21% almost. And of course, the buy and burn is the talk of the town. We're at 640 billion. 640 billion Pulsex is being bought up and burned. That is a key part of superior tokenomics on the Pulsechain, Pulsex hybrid. It is pretty amazing, or combination there. And of course, 3.12%. That's 3.12% of the public supply has now been bought up and burned. And of course, with sacrifice wallets and the retail book and everyone else jumping on, that burn's just going to go up and up with the volumes, because we have had a big jump in volumes yesterday. We've been doing, kind of on the lower side volumes at 10 million. Yesterday I saw us at about 24, 25 million. So a nice big jump there, and onwards and upwards, we say onwards and upwards. Let's get that turnover. Tell your friends. Let's get everyone on Pulsechain and get the positions laid. Incentive token there is up 19% at 66.5 cents. 21 million supply has been hit. So we've hit the 21 million supply number. And of course, it's just under that with the rounding, but there we go. We've got 117,000 burned through a TRH protocol as well. Now, Jacob's ecosystem has provided that with the TRH burning a lot of incentive tokens, and he's got lots more in store. PulsePot has had a very successful launch. That will deal blow to the naysayers. Obviously, TRH was doing very well as well. We're waiting for V4 to come out. Obviously, after the code incident, we've got to move on, but that is looking good with PulseBot. And V4 TRH probably going pretty cool as well. We'll talk more about that later on. Hex at the moment is at 1.2 cents, let's say, up 20.3%, like a boss. And of course, eHex there is at 6400th of a penny, with a big TA expert putting out there that he could see Hex at 2.5 cents, I think it was. And so that's pretty bullish. Yeah, got a lot of kudos there. So the combined price EXPX at 1.83 cents, heading towards 2 cents. Let's bring it. Well, can we do it today? Can we do it tomorrow? It's going to be, it looks like we're on target for something really bullish. So that is pretty much the charts there. We also got, because of the big updates on Pulsechain, Hex, and PulseX and stuff, Ivan on Tech is back on deck. And he's not someone that's particularly committed to our community, but he's definitely a satellite influencer that's definitely, taking part of the sacrifices has been helpful in talking about Pulsechain and stuff when it's on the up day. But as soon as it's on a down day, these guys sort of walk away and they come back when it's a green day again. But RH ecosystem coming back from a coma. That's kind of the view there. That sort of summarizes his views in a nutshell. Hex, PLS, RT, this to approve RH ecosystem is not dead. Obviously trying to, harvest the community there with the RT. But in any case, it's nice to see him talk about the RH ecosystem being back there to his audience. It's sort of a win-win, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But that's definitely taken note with big influencers like Ivan on Tech, 422,000 followers. So you can't sneeze at that, can you? There we go. That is pretty much it. Let's get into the charts on the moment. Where are we up to here? Let's get rid of the highlights. And at the moment, we've got a positive cross here, bullish cross. Woo! So see this, can you guys see that? Let me make it bigger there. So we had this bullish cross, and it sort of played out a little bit. And then we got this bearish cross. That's turned out to be, quite a bearish cross because we got quite a deep move on that. But look at this, the last couple of days, just up, up, and away. Wow. And, of course, we've got the bullish cross now here on the EMA cross, looking pretty good. The RSI on the daily is still not overbought yet, 64, but keep your tabs on that because, it's just the way it goes at the moment. Look at that power move. Did you see that move while we were just watching it? Wow, that's awesome. So that's on the daily. Everything looking pretty bullish on Pulsechain. Look at that. It's just moving up as we speak. It's just crazy. What else there? Lives Beneath, new member. A big shout out to you, Lives Beneath. I'm sure that you're just remembering. Remembering, is that the right word? But great to see your support of the channel there, Lives Beneath. Big shout out to you. Always bring the alpha every day. Now, what else we got there? Quadruple 07272. That is the price there. Big pump today. But the market's liking that news from Richard Hart. People like strong leaders, man. They like people going in for the battle. The SEC might have caused capital flight back in back a couple of months ago. But we had about $39 million of capital flight. But we've been claiming that back in the markets. Look at the market getting pumped now. 7452 as we're speaking. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. This is happening while we're watching it. This is getting pumped big time there. Wow, let's see how we go with this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pulsex at the moment is also doing pretty well. And we're in the last day of the Hex conference as well. Potentially Richard Hart could be speaking at the end of the day. So definitely don't want to miss that on the Hex conference day 4. This is Pulsex at the moment, busting out. And we got another confirmation here, EMA cross here, crossed as well, printed. And we're up here at 2,195 on Pulsex. A lot of big upside for Pulsex, right? 15, 20x seems quite doable. That's with Pulsex there. The buy and burn is going up as well. Remember, as the volume increases, the buy and burn is getting more powerful too. And it's obviously trades on every single trading pair that's doing more volume on Pulsechain. We're doing more buy and burn. So buy and burn is going to lift there as well. So it's kind of cool. Obviously, we've got the price volume offset, but that is looking positive generally as well. RSI just hitting the overbought territory, but not quite fully there. We're at 70, so just keep a watch out for that. It might cool off up here somewhere, and we'll see how high it goes there. Just be careful on that one. Incentive token at the moment is up at 68 cents. That's looking really strong. Let's look at the ratio. We had a bounce off the support. Yeah, we've had support around 8,500. We're now at 9,300 here. Nice little updates on that as well. who knows what could come for Pulsex and incentive token with the DAO, things like that. And don't forget that Power City Earn Protocol is going to be launching. That is a juggernaut on Pulsechain. And of course, that's going to supercharge Pulsex as well, because it's going to collateralize Pulsex and issue our third native stablecoin, PXDC. And of course, that's a great way of funding liquidity. The first problem that you have on chains is liquidity. And of course, that one way of producing that liquidity is by creating your own money, your own stable coins. And of course, that's what Liquid Loans has done so far, what Coast has helped do in terms of fiat on ramps, and of course, what Power City will do as well. And then secondly, once you've created a lot of money, what happens to that money? How does it move around? What's the multiplier effect? All sorts of questions like that. Obviously, there's something that offsets that 39 million that we had exit on the SEC event back in the day. So it's looking pretty positive. And now we've got positive news from Richard Hart, and the fight back looking really good with a strong team. It's going to be pretty epic. All right, so that is looking pretty good. PHEX at the moment. Let's have a look at PHEX. Oh man, we got another bullish cross, of course, confirmed with the blue cross there, looking pretty good, and we're up at 1.27 cents there on X, looking very nice indeed. The RSI though is not fully oversold yet, but is heading up that territory. So just always keep a tab on the RSI. We can stay elevated for the RSI. Let's have a look at how we're doing on the weekly, because that longer time frames sort of give you a better idea of how sustained that might be. In fact, I don't know if I got the RSI on there. Yeah, I do. It's all the way down at 48. So we've got to potentially have a nice overheated push up here on the weekly. All right, let's go back to the daily there and have a look at the MACD. MACD looking good. Look at that on the daily. There's the MACD looking very good indeed. So bullish all around. All the indicators are saying, I love you, Hex. And it's looking good. EHEX there as well, looking pretty good. 67th hundredth of a penny. Man, can we get back to 1 cent? Yes, please. That'd be pretty cool. And of course, here we are. Where's 1 cent? About here. Looking good there. So the market's liking the news. We've got market movers moving the market, and it's all good all around. So that is pretty much it on all the Richard Hart tokens. And of course, let's go into validators quickly, just briefly. We're going to rush through this. 50,830 validators, looking like a boss. And if you haven't checked out the new NFTs that you can do, if you haven't got 32 million pulse, you can get NFTs, and check out David Feder on that. 1.63 trillion is the amount off the market, so looking really good. In fact, let's do a quick math on that. 1630 divided by 16, which is a crude measure, but that's the best number I've got at the moment. That is 10.2% of pulses off the market with GoPulse. With validating on Pulsechain, and of course we got about 6% off the market through Liquid Loans. So we're sitting at about 16% off the market there. What else there? The gas prices super cheap, of course. Oh, whoa. Man, oh man, that's crazy stuff right there. 5.4 million beats. Man, oh man, hot doggity dog. Normally we're around 100,000, 200,000 beats. But man, this thing just got spiked out the billy go. That's some crazy stuff right there where the market is moving. We got 10 cents for a Pulsex swap at the moment. So make sure you get doing the right prices. We've got 8 tenths of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer and 3 tenths of a penny for a PRC20 transfer there at the moment. 113 times cheaper than Ethereum. That's pretty much the lowest we've been for a while. $16 to do a swap on Ethereum. 500 times cheaper than Bitcoin. $4.30 to do a Bitcoin transfer at the moment. And there we are. We're pretty close to a lot of those. So that is pretty much it on that for day 242. We're about to start day 243. But day 242 will be remembered as when Richard Hart took the sword and is charged with his 11 nights of legal proficiency to challenge the SEC, including a lot of constitutional challenges, which could potentially allow them to go even appeal to higher courts. That'd be quite something, wouldn't it? But really cool to see that. So that is pretty much it. We're going to get into the other price charts in a minute. Before we do that, let's catch up on the chat one more time and see who else has jumped in here. If you want to join the Discord, that is our Discord. Thanks, Lies Beneath. Appreciate that. Let's see that Hex Token pump. Hex Conference pump, Richard Hart pump, Hex Token channel pump. I don't know. It's all pumping together. G'day, all back from holiday. Nice. Green Candle says Blobfish King. Absolutely is Blobfish King. And of course, great to see all the emojis there being used as well. We got Pumpkin Owl as well. Hey, now. Hey, good to see you, Pumpkin Owl. Welcome to the chat also. Big shout out there. Let's get back into it. Boom. All right, top PRC 20s on Pulsechain. We're sorted by liquidity, right? The liquidity pools at the top there. We've got the price, liquidity at the moment. PDI is at 0.007145. So holding on at the moment, but pretty much even. Wrap Bitcoin is up at $57. Keep a lookout for Wrap Bitcoin. It's a nice speculative play on the Bitcoin narrative over the bull market, and it is up 7.9% at the moment. $57 there. I think there's an easy 2x in there, not financial advice, of course, but it could go up many times. It could be interesting. Treasury bill is down 2%. TDP down 1%. Let's see anything else that's standing out here. Maker is up 12%. SHIB is up 11.6%. Let's have a quick look at the big meme coin SHIB on Pulsechain. Of course, it's the copy. Man, that's been really charging, hasn't it? It's been really charging. Look at that on the daily. That has really been doing well. Look at that up there. It is up 177% inside 34 days. That's looking really nice though, and it's back up into the top of the ranges there for this bottom range. We had a top range, of course, back in the day, but that is looking pretty good. What's the other one there that's looking okay? Sushi is up 10%. Pepe is up 8%. In fact, Pepe's had a little charge lately too, I think. Yeah, last couple of days had a little charge there. Keep a lookout for Pepe. Could be quite a bit of a mover there. Still at the top of this bottom range, but yeah, potentially a chance to have a good move on that one. So keep a lookout for that. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Other ones I want to look at. Pulse Bitcoin is up 22%. That's doing okay there, and LUSD is up 13% as well. I've got some ear coming through here. That's pretty much it on that. Let's go to the next category, the meme coins. And we got Access Alive is up at $11,700, up 12.6%. Note token from Randy Alaski is up 17%. That's doing pretty well. So look at the note token there. That seems to have rebounded there. Yeah, that's off the bottom there. 2 up days had been sort of going down here and back up there at the moment. So nice one there for Randy Alaski. Make Ethereum great again. That's up 2%. Reflux is down 16% for some reason. Where'd the ETH go is 5% there. Paul Pleb up 23%. Nice little recovery. A Dogecoin there up 13%. Pulse Dodge up 12%. More token from Trayvon, another influencer, is up 16% there today. Ben, which is the BitBoy one, there is up 4.3%, aka Ben Armstrong, right? That is pretty much the play. The Hex Orange Address from Abit, another influencer in the space, 25.8%. That is kicking there as well. And Fluffy Slippers up 6%. Pulse Dodge there up at 12%. That's some of the leaders there on the memes. Let's go to the main event, Pulsechain Projects category number 4. And what do we got here? We've got sorting by liquidity. We've got what token there from Power City. That is at 24%. Now, this is the one to watch, right? So PulseX with the Power City Earn protocol. And now you can see the market starting to price up this Watt token as well. And remember, a lot of Watt token is actually in the core product. So this is definitely this is one of the blue chips on Pulsechain. Let's not muck around. This is one of the blue chips. And yeah, so if you're looking at a portfolio thing, it's definitely one you should be considering. You know, learn all the numbers up so you know what staking percentages are and where this might go. But this has got 4 protocols to launch ahead of us. So definitely, and the big behemoth one, of course, is the in addition to PortalX, is the Power City Earn protocol, which is going to be a juggernaut on Pulsechain, and probably the biggest challenger to liquid loans. So definitely something to think about there. So kind of cool. And it looks like it's going to be launching on the back of of a bullish market. So looking kind of cool there. Let's see how we go. But that is definitely up at the moment. They've got 580k in liquidity, so it's starting to look good. 25% up today, and last couple of days on the upside there. So not bad there for the Watt token, and looking good. All right, what else is going there? Let's have it. We'll jump around. It's like we've got 9 inches up 13.5%. It's not quite lost the zero yet. Still got 5 zeros, 9,000. But probably a good sign of confidence with losing that zero. That will probably add a bit of confidence back in the 9-inch decks there, just from a price point of view. Tetra, of course, one of the top technology protocols on Pulsechain. Got a lot of their big protocols to launch yet, high tech. A bit like Jacob's ecosystem. I kind of put them in the same sort of category, although Jacob's far more innovative, with a lot of his products. 19% there is up today, so looking good there for Tetra. Definitely another one you should potentially consider. PDRIP up 16%. A loan token from Liquid Loans up 17% there. Still got a lot of room to move to the upside for Loan Token as well. Another blue chip, of course, you should consider. Proteus as well, another blue chip, 17% today. Let's have a quick look at Proteus because that's doing pretty well. Look at that last couple of days. Woohoo! Man, there's value here. Look at that value. Imagine if you bought back here in December, you'd be up quite a lot. Yeah, you would have to have gone through this little down passage, but if you're still holding, you'd be up like a boss, man, and doing pretty well there on Proteus. One of the best protocols on Pulsechain for sure. DEX aggregator, controlling a lot of the volume now, or passing a lot of the volume now that people are using. So doing very well indeed. More products to come too. 200,000 liquidity, 17% an increase, and probably still very early days for this one. It's going to be fun to see. What else we got going there? Beetroot, of course, another top utility on Pulsechain, up 17% as well. Mintra, one of the top 5 NFT marketplaces, up 15%. What else is looking good there? SparkSwap up 30% there with the Sparkler. And of course, they've got the, they're the ones we have with the BNB bridge to Pulsechain, I think so. And Time Token there up 15%, is doing really well for instant money. Everything's up pretty strong today, double digits. Pulse Kitten, Texan Token there from Rags to Riches and Crypto Heartbeat. Goat Token, of course, the new NFT for validating, that is doing pretty well, up 21%. Hocus Pocus there is up 39% from Abit and the other people that run that. Internet Money, what else there? Everything's doing pretty well. Look at that across the board. Not bad at all. So those are the leaders at the moment. Let's jump away to Algo, of course. PUSD Algo, got some news around this. The 4th stablecoin on Pulsechain. Now, obviously, people are talking about what is the money supply of Pulsechain? How do we get more liquidity? All sorts of questions like that. Well, a PUSD Algo could be the juggernaut in the system, in addition to Liquid Loans and Power City, adding some major value potential. It's going to be fun to see this out. So far, liquidity provision through the prototype on Pulsechain has done very well, made a lot of fees. So that's encouraging for this protocol going forward. And of course, the fees are even up even more now. I think they've made like $24,000 or it's $34,000 in fees. I think there's some pretty big stuff. And of course, just getting added to the protocol. Now, it's only a prototype at the moment. Imagine the real thing running. This thing could be a real juggernaut. So at the moment, PUSD Algo, the official sacrifice phase finished during the night sometime, but there's going to be extended. So this is hot off the press news for PUSD Algo. The sacrifice period will be extended for another 45 days. They haven't reset the sacrifice table here. You can see that sort of run its first 45 days, but they will be extending it for another 45 days. So this will be updated. So you're not too late to get into this potential juggernaut. It is more speculative, but it has potential upside, could be massive versus the amount capital raised versus the commercial upside, which is could be huge. So that's why I'm really excited about this protocol. It's going to be fun to see. We're up to 394,000 in the fees here. Obviously, there was an adjustment with a big whale sacrifice, so we'll see what happens. Apparently, that's going to be amended, so we'll get back to that. In any case, this is going to be pretty cool. The stability miner, it's going to be full DeFi stability miner, and that means people will be able to provide liquidity to help support the peg of the stability coin. Now, PUSD is going to be the main coin. It's beautifully branded PUSD, and of course, the 4th stablecoin on Pulsechain potentially, and of course, it's going to be pegged to USDL. So it's going to have all the stability mechanisms of USDL from Liquid Loans to support it as well. But in any case, a lot of people will be able to mint outside of that just by swapping between Algo and PUSD. Algo is going to be the main coin that everyone is after, right? So that's going to be fun to see. You're going to be able to earn on the protocol, of course, just through everything you do. You're going to get an incentive token, Flex. So if you're doing swapping, minting, stability pool, staking, whatever you do, redeeming, you're going to get some Flex token as rewards. And that will auto get some fee share based on the V3 DEX that's going to be used for this. It's going to have multiple trading pairs as well. Now, the cool thing about the sacrifice, it's not like the others. 75% of PUSD Algo is going to be used to go straight into the protocol day one. And so you're not going to be wondering where all the money went. It's going to be 50% is going to the, I think, 4 or 5 LP pools that need to be set up. And of course, 25% is going to the stability miner to kick that off. And then other people, of course, can jump on top, provide their own liquidity. This allows the ability to scale, right? Because if you can scale the amount of stable coins just by using Algo, the main coin, a lot of people get the Algo and then they mint out their own stable coins. You're going to scale. And that means potentially huge TVL, total value locked. And that could attract some very big players in the crypto markets to participate and help a Pulsechain as well. So that's why it's a very exciting protocol. It's what they call solving the stablecoin trilemma which is a triple trilemma. Liquidity helps solve two of those, but this would help solve that third part and add value to Pulsechain and in terms of opacity and liquid loans. So I'm very bullish on that. Anyway, so the sacrifice looks like it's going to be extended for another 45 days. Now you can get two bonuses. Well, the first bonus is using referral link. My referral link's got 19%, so you can use that and get the second highest referral value straight away without even doing any work, just by using the link. The second way, of course, is if you do over $1,000, you will get, inclusive of the referral bonus, you will be able to get access to the bonus X. Now, we don't know what that's going to be for the next 45 days, so we will have to wait to see what that is. But at the moment, the last 15 days, it was 1.01 to 2x multiplier. So that is probably going to be coming up pretty soon. I know Archie is all over that in our Discord, so definitely worth checking that out. But it's very exciting. PUSD Algo, big opportunity, and looking forward to it. The other thing, of course, if you want to find out more information about Pulsechain and Hex, get into our Discord. A Discord member is a private Discord. It's $5 per month, which is only 16 cents a day for all the information that you could possibly want for Pulsechain and the best community for sure. We also have a crypto helpline, which we're the only one that I'm aware of as a crypto helpline, so definitely get on that. We have all the information, the Pulsechain projects, and of course, on-chain, cross-chain, all the different ways of buying and selling and everything else on the Pulsechain, so definitely get into that. We also have a multi-chain strategy room that's for multi-chain. Obviously, getting having a good diversified portfolio, chasing the best stuff in crypto. That's what we focus on, strategy club room. We're having our first opening session coming up this weekend, so you definitely want to get in on that. And hey, it's going to be a fun time. That's $35 a month. Get in there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to have some great guests in there too. All right, so that is it. Links in the video description or in the chat. Well worth getting on there. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We've got a couple other people. I think we've got Pumpkin Owl. Pumpkin Owl says, any other Pulsepot fans here? I think it will outperform tokenomics. Are rather excellent. Yeah. Hey, Pumpkin Owl, I covered Pulsepot yesterday. I will be covering it again probably tomorrow as we see it just roll up. But it has been performing very well, Pulsepot, for sure. Get Hex there. Good morning, folks. Good to see you, Get Hex. PTS is doing well. So Brennan is doing very well, and definitely one of the top utilities on Pulsechain. There is the strategy club link if you want to join using Wookie's link. Big shout out there, Wookie. We got Matt and Bali as well. Hey, Superman, if anybody knows, do we claim liquid loan coins now, even if we lock for a specific time, or do we have to wait till after that time? Okay, so what the site you want to use is Never Selling, and this is the site to claim your tokens. And basically, if they had a 2-year bonus for the sacrifice, and basically you just have to, if you've got stuff coming out like month 6, it will only be claimable at month 6. So it's got an unlocking mechanism there in the bonding curve. So that's kind of where you can get access to that. So hopefully that answers your question. That's Never Selling there, and I'll post that in the chat if you haven't been familiar with it there as well. So, all right, what else we got? Let's see. We got a couple others here. Matt and Bali, howdy all. Wookie, Brennan, and Liquid Loans. And that's lies. I think you're saying lies, Benny. Butch says, morning all. Let me get back into it. Morning all. Great. Always great to watch a live cast with Superman. Absolutely, Butch. Always great to have you in the chat too. RH is the super goat, says Azro. That's true. Surely Fortress Pulsepot. Hey, we've got a few Pulsepot fans coming in the chat here. Nice to see. And of course, Jacob is doing amazing. Jacob ecosystem is one of the top DeFi creators on Pulsechain. He is creating so much good stuff. I'm a big fan, and therefore I throw a lot of support behind it. He's obviously done TRH, which has been very successful. Obviously, they had a code hiccup, which caused a lot of troubles, but they tried to make do with that. They got TRH v4 coming up soon. I think that's probably going to be one of the next ones after Pulsepot. We would obviously just had Pulsar launch, really successful launch that's going to continue to ramp up and with new games on there, especially looking forward to video slots. I think that'll be fun on there. The other one is that PLSP is performing pretty well. I think we can all agree. And what's the other thing I was going to say? So we got TYCZ, which is coming up as well. And that's probably going to come up pretty soon. That's going to be taking on Binance itself with DeFi Binance. So I'm looking forward to that. That could be potentially huge. It was a successful sacrifice too. And then, of course, we've got PUSD Algo, which I just talked about, which is going to be a lot of fun. So lots of stuff coming from him. Apparently, they're ramping up more stuff. They're going to keep developing and innovating on Pulsechain. That's going to be one of our top teams creating a lot of value for Pulsechain. It's going to be really cool. Up and to the right there, the rockets, and lies beneath there, Hex Token Discord membership done. Hey, big shout out. Thank you so much for joining the Hex Token Discord. Lies beneath. Big shout out to you and appreciate your support big time. Pumpkin Owl says, Jacob is such a blessing to Pulsechain, says Pumpkin Owl. Absolutely. He is doing a really great job and got some super smart people with him. So it's kind of cool. That is pretty much it. Let's get into the final update, eh? Let's get into the Hex Daily Stats. Let's jump away from that. Bam. Hex Daily Stats. Let's go. So hex.com. Check it out, folks. Links in the video description. And, of course, we're talking about, get your Hex and burn it. Yeah, burn your Hex. That's it. Shocking, I know. Shocking, I know. Burn your Hex. Buy Hex and then burn it for T-shares and start mining Hex. Once, obviously, not financial advice, do your own due diligence. But, hey, that's where we're at. Now, day 1500, man, oh man, can you believe it? Day 1500, that's crazy, man. Anyway, we got day 1499, the 9th of January, 2024. And of course, we got the price there at 6400th of a penny, up 30%. Yeah, boy. This is what we like. This is the kind of bull market numbers, right? We get these big percentage increases. And of course, 30%, that's pretty nice. And of course, the payout per T-share, this is the main number, 6.765, pretty similar to yesterday on the old Ethereum. And what else we got? The share rate is 0, 31,514 on the share rate. Average mining at 7.09 years, 39% APY for existing T-share miners. T-shares are up 2,700. We got 9,633 T-shares in the old ownership pool. Looking at the percentage of coins locked, 9.3% of Hex is locked on Ethereum. Modest penalties, 362,000, 65 million in the reward pool that all those T-share miners are getting. Pretty nice. And the growth in numbers up a massive 126 wallets today on the Ethereum side. That's some crazy cool stuff there. Down 6 on the miners. We're 119,233 miners on the Ethereum side. Moving to Pulsechain, of course. What day did I say it was? I've forgotten now. 247. Did that's what I said? Is that what I said? 247? 242. Sorry, 242. And of course, that is on Pulsechain, 9th of January. We got the price there at what's that? Just under 1.3 cents, really. Up 29%. Yeah, booyah. And of course, 3 big days up. They were like that. Payout per T-share, 6.837. Looking really strong there. And of course, the share rate up 6.8 to 31,495. Average mining at 6.85 years, 37.72% APY. And the ownership pool, how many? Up 7,770 T-shares. We're up to 9,630,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on the old Pulsechain side. And having a look at the lock percentage of coins, 9.76% of all Hex is locked on the Pulsechain. A massive 1.7 million penalties. So while Ethereum was kind of quiet, Pulsechain has been busy with the penalties, and we're at 65.8 million, which goes to you, the T-share miner. So you don't mind. You're happy with that. You'll take the money. And the numbers are up pretty big too on Pulsechain, 135. Miners are down 11, and we've got 124,510 current miners there on the old Pulsechain side. Not bad. So here's the good news. The good news is that you got paid, and the second good news is that it's day 1500. Can you believe it? Day 1500 on the Ethereum side, year 5 and day 1500. That's kind of a cool milestone. And on Pulsechain, we're heading into day, what did I say? 243. 243. So there we go. It's another party time. And it's the 4th day of the Hex conference. So 4th day. Should we bring that up? Have I got that? I'm not even sure. Hex conference. Did I have that? I'm not even sure. I've got the Hex conference here. Yeah, I do. Looks like I do. Let's jump into that and have a quick look at this is the Hex conference. Shall we change the view so I can see it? Bam. There we are. That's a bit better, eh? You can see it. Hope you can see that. Day 4. We've got, what have we got there? I think this pretty much started just now, is it? Somewhere around about now. We've got Axis Alive with the look and roll strategy. Donor Talk, Hex Up, 9-inch and Hexy Bastard. We've got, what's this one? ETH Genesis Wales, Matty Allen. So it's going to be a fun conversation there. Then I got the panel with onboarding to Hex, Toby Wan, Hexabo, Hexaby there, Kareem, Whitney, and Ben Dubard. Looks like it's changed a little bit there, but that is it. And then we've got at an 8 p.m. Central Time, we've got Randy Lasky and Hex Tangent for Hex and Crypto History. Then we've got followed with, the highest stakes, Toby Wan, Kinetics, and Big Kowalski. Then a talk with the highest stakes, RG3 and Mikey. Then in a 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time, US, we got Power Panel, Axis Live, Westcott Crypto, Hex Monkey, and Cultivate Crypto. And then finally at 10 o'clock there, we've got the keynote speaker, man. The man, the myth, and the legend is Richard Hart going to be there. Rewind or new material. Wow, after this, all this news today, challenging the back the SEC with like a boss with his 11 nights of shining armor there. It's going to be fun to see. So that is coming up there. Then followed at 11 p.m. With the socials. And, of course, there's going to be a whole ton of X-skins on there. Looks like Crypto Coffee, Johnny Chaos, Access Live, Walrus, Dollar Cost Crypto, Westcott Crypto. What is this? Sticker Guy and Fashion Coder and Matty Allen. So a big lineup there for the social at the end. So that is pretty much it. That is probably started now. Yeah, there we go. Like a boss. What a day. What a day. Woo-hoo! It's pretty awesome. What a great day it has been. Man, oh man. Jacob is such a blessing. Absolutely. Jacob and team, absolutely. Definitely doing a great job. Awesome stuff, and thanks for your answer. Link will be great, says Matt. Of course, I posted that up there somewhere, didn't I? Where did I post that link? Never selling. There we go. That is the claim if you got liquid loans. Claim there. What else there? I haven't been on much, been working hard for a change and pumping with this money into crypto, says Matt. Yeah. Hey, Matt, feel free to jump into Discord and have a chat in our chat groups. We're talking about a lot of cool stuff. If you want to get a big catch up, you can definitely jump into Discord to do that. Matt, we are entering an anticipated bull run. Everything pumps. Seek value and utility, says Pumpkin Owl. Some wise words there. And great job on the Hex conference last night, Super. I appreciate that, Stake Hex, and thanks for your support. As always, another Hex Token channel member as well. So big shout out. Hope you guys have enjoyed that today. Onwards and upwards, things are ramping up. During the bear market, we told you just to accumulate and believe. And when I say believe, I don't mean without any reason. It's reason belief, reason belief. And of course, it's going to be fun times. Archie's just popped in here. Keep an eye out for the water in the TRH ecosystem. NFA, not financial as always, but it's positioned to run. So that's a little bit of a crypto tip there from Archie, who knows upside down Jacob's ecosystem, TRH ecosystem there. The water token could be about to boom. All right. I think that's it. Wookie says, thank me later, says Wookie to Hex Taker there. All right. Let's wrap up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you haven't joined the Discord, links in the video description, or use Wookie's link there in the chat. What else are we going to say? I think that's it. Yeah. PUSD Algo, links in the video description for that. Hopefully we'll have the new 45-day setup for that. So maybe wait for that before you do participate. And I will catch you again for another day. We'll be post-conference tomorrow, so we'll be probably back to normal, although I'm pretty much back to normal, as normal can be. And I will guys see you then. I've got a little bit of a video for you guys. If you want to check it out on the way out. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins and it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. You can launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better.